Hi guys, it's John here from Inspiring Fitness. I'm going to give you a brief introduction to personal trainer marketing, to marketing your personal trainer business a la my new whiteboard. So yeah, it's a very proud day. Right, so what I'm going to do is briefly take you through a couple of simplistic early steps you want to do when looking at marketing a personal training business. Bit of a background on this. I do get a lot of questions and concerns regarding marketing of an individual or a business, particularly when guys are new to this and trying to work for themselves. And I think the first thing to remember with that is it's not easy, because the ability to market is ultimately telling people about yourself, which does involve sometimes a lot of confidence. Now, I think one thing that is important to remember is that with time and effort devoted to specific activity, you can become more confident in the activity by doing it. Confidence is something you can have at any point. It's just repetition of certain tasks. What I'm going to go through today, though, is a very brief initial overview of the sort of things you want to think about prior to marketing your personal training business, and things to think about. So, the first thing is a non-practical based point, but it's something that I've talked about a lot. It's going to sound a bit odd, but the first one I want to talk about is love. Now, I'll explain this. Now, for me, I think what's certainly helped me recently is the fact that I've realised that if you love what you do, and you're passionate about what you do and you want to help people, then you'd want to tell as many people as you possibly can about that. So I think love is really, really important to show people that you love what you do, you want to help people, and that should really come through in your marketing messages. So if you really do love personal training, don't be afraid of telling as many people as you possibly can that you do, because people will appreciate your passion, people will appreciate your enthusiasm. So that's the first thing to think about, is love. So let's wipe that off. Okay, so that's the love out of the way. Let's get into some initial practical steps. So, I'm going to give you 3 to start with. So the first thing you want to think about is, who are you trying to market to? Decide what type of client you want to market to, because there are varying different types of clients that want different things and need to be communicated to in different ways. So for example, if you're looking to train stay-at-home moms, then you need to target your marketing messages and your communication to stay-at-home moms. Okay, so look at who you want to market to and what would they want to read. Do some research, find out, read magazines, speak to stay-at-home moms that you know, speak to friends. Do some research and find out what your target market, what they're looking for. And that will then help you then to tailor all your marketing messages to that individual. The second one is what. So, what are your tactics going to be? And that is saying to yourself, okay, listing down, we say 3 to 5 tactics that you're actually going to implement, and you've got to be consistent, okay? So it's got to be, what am I actually going to do consistently that's going to help me deliver my message to the right person, okay? So that is the key thing you need to do, is make sure that once you know who you're marketing to, you know exactly specifically what you're going to do. You can then strategize it and structure it per week to say, right, per week, this is what I'm going to do. Now, you might do additional, that workload might vary on workloads in terms of actually training people, but there's going to be some specific tactics. So for example, if you're dropping sales letters and you're doing 100 a week when you're quiet, that might be 10 a week when you're busy, up and down the road where your clients are. But always make sure you commit to at least some tactics each week, 3 to 5, and make sure that you do them week in, week out. And the third one is when. So in terms of your time management, you obviously know when you're going to be training clients. Those times should be booked into the diary. When else are you going to do your marketing? Now, what I would seriously recommend is booking out time each day to do that. Don't sacrifice your marketing time for client slots, unless, of course, an existing client wants to shift something and you're providing good service. I would always say block out specific times, which aren't potentially in your peak times as a trainer, to say, right, this is when I'm doing my marketing, and block that time out. This way, by doing that, you're committed to a specific time each week where you're going to do your marketing tactics. So We'll go into a bit more detail shortly, and I'll do some more videos on this, but the first place you want to start is who are you marketing to, what are you going to do, and when are you going to do it. Now we can get into some more practical steps on other things later on in terms of specific tactics, but there you go. So it's who, what, when. Thank you very much. Speak to you soon. Cheers.